Jaco, last week, FETSA sent out a press release about this crisis, really, about the transfer funds and the department that, in many instances, most in fact, did not pay these funds to schools. Just for our viewers or listeners who are maybe not up to speed about what happened there, just give us a brief overview again, please.
Yes, Daniela, it's the payments that's owed to schools. There are two payments due in terms of our national norms and standards for school funding. It's on or before the 15th of May, the first payment to schools, and the second one is on or before the 15th of November. Now, those funds is due for, it's used for operational matters in schools like your water and electricity bills, like learning and teaching material, cleaning material, and for your no-fee schools, that's the only income they'll receive. So the amount isn't a huge amount. It is 1,750 for a no-fee school. It boils down to R8.81 per school day. But that's the only money that school will receive. If they don't get the transfer money, there's no other income. So-called richer schools or the fee-paying schools, the amount is much less. It boils down to R1.51 per school day, but at least the school get the income from school fees. But the dilemma is that if the money is not paid over to the schools, that they struggle to do the basics. And that boils down to that we trample on the constitutional rights of those children to receive education. So the payment isn't simply a luxury, it's a very essential tool for schools to operate as public schools. And I've been involved in the education sector now for more than 17 years, and it's the worst payment rate that we've ever seen. Only 3 out of the 9 provinces paid on time.
I struggle to understand, how does something like this happen? Do you have any idea what is going on behind the scenes? Is the money not there, or is it there and it's simply not being paid? What can cause this?
Danielle, that's a good question. We didn't request a date. Schools didn't set the date. It's a formal date set out in regulations. So it's a statutory payment date. And the money, the reason why it's the 15th of May is because provinces will get their money from Treasury, and that's paid over by the 1st of April. So they've already received the money from Treasury, and the money for education is ring-fenced. So you cannot use the money for anything but education. So they will still wait for a formal budget to be approved. Money was already paid over to provinces to pay for the basic expenses. So there's no excuse to say we cannot pay because we don't have an approved budget in the country. That money is already available to education. So it's mind-boggling to understand why provinces sit on the money and yet they trample on the constitutional right of the learner. So it's available. In some provinces, they started with payments after the due date, but really in small amounts, only 10% of the payment in Gauteng and a bit of payment in Mpumalanga. But the bottom line is schools rely on that money. They've used all the money that they received last year to make the payments for the beginning of the school year. There's normally a lot of expenses. You can just imagine the stationery and everything just to get the new school year started. So they really rely on this payment to fund the next few months for education. So I cannot understand why officials cannot comply with that specific date. It's straightforward. It's not an unknown. It's been there for years.
And in light of this press release, and you even used the phrase, you said this is threatening the stability of education in South Africa. So you really emphasize how serious this is. What has the reaction been from the department since in this past week? Do you feel that it's getting the necessary attention now that they realize how big the crisis is?
Not at all, Danielle. I mean, I spoke to the minister. She's been abroad, and I know there's a meeting of the Council of Education Ministers today, Monday, morning session, and I know the item is on the agenda. But since our press release, only 2 provinces started with payments, and that's in Gauteng with the 10% and Mpumalanga. But the rest of the provinces are still lagging behind. So we expect the minister to really show leadership. All the HODs in the provinces are supposed to really crack the whip to make sure that this is not allowed, to take action against those officials who are the culprits. But the bottom line is they need to start payments immediately. Schools cannot wait any longer. They're so desperate. I mean, in the Northern Cape, they've closed some of the hostels. Some of the schools cannot operate. Doesn't help if officials tell the schools, make arrangements with your service providers. They cannot do that. Service providers don't trust the department to make the payments. So we're really very desperate. So we hope the minister will step up and will immediately issue directives to all provinces to make the payments to schools immediately.